It's time for Coming in Hotter, Sens post-game show.
Do you guys ever get deja vu? Because it kind of felt like it today, but something that's not deja vu is Wally's with me. But welcome to Coming in Hotter, everybody, live from the Sports Interaction Studio. Wally, one show wasn't enough this morning. Yeah, you had to get back on here.
Oh, I missed you, Cody. So
I miss you too, man.
I just wanted to hang out and do some stuff all day.
Just do some stuff. All right. Well, 2-1 loss for the Sens against the LA Kings. Wally, in general, is it fair to call this another low scoring, not necessarily the most entertaining game? I'm going to be careful with my words here.
Yeah, no, people can get like they see the score and go, that wasn't very fun to watch. I will say I thought the 1-0 game in Ottawa a week ago was more entertaining than this game. Just these two teams give you nothing. That's just the way they play. So you knew going in, the chances of this being more than the over-under was slim to none. That's the only thing that was guaranteed in this game. You knew you were going to have to fight for every inch. The middle of the ice just wasn't open. So it was okay. I didn't mind it. I thought the game there was parts of it that was entertaining, but I thought Ottawa looked a little slow, but that's maybe credit to the LA Kings tonight. They're just a really good defensive team.
They are. Yeah. And I mean, two great defensive teams, like you said, and Maryland looked like an amazing goalie right on there. And made an amazing save right off the bat, which kind of set the tone for the rest of the game to me. You know, Adrian Kempe coming in on a half break, he extends the pad, puck ends up in the air and out, and then the Sens come back the other way. Kemper makes an amazing save, and LA clears it out right now. That kind of just set the tone. But I wish I had the stats up, but how much time did they spend in the neutral zone? It's too much.
It's just board battles all night. Just muck. Listen, that wins you hockey games. I totally understand why they're playing that way. It's just not always entertaining. And the one thing you talk in Maryland, before I get sidetracked, it's tough that the winning goal is a deflection off of Artem Zub and into the net. Because they certainly may have played to earn a point tonight for sure. I thought this was going to end up being actually. I thought when Zetterlund scores the goal, Ottawa, because they have a chance, they seem to have a knack for coming back late in games. I thought they were going to pull this one out, and then I thought, okay, well maybe they'll take the point. That the Brent Clark deflection off of Artem Zub was a tough one, man, right into the corner. Great deflection, unfortunately.
Yeah, definitely. I agree with you there. It felt destined to go to overtime.
Yeah.
And just like, oh no, they're not going to squeeze another one. And then, oh no, why is Cousins skating to the box? And I immediately felt that way. And like,
I like to make you work a little extra overtime on late night games in California. So I was secretly hoping for it as well. And then I realized I was doing the show too.
I got to start charging you extra for those, man. No, but that would have been the first time since the Hamburglar run that the Sens would have swept the California series. So I'm sure there's some nice fond memories that I just brought up for Sens fan. But
I was on that trip in 2015.
Were you?
Yeah.
How was that? The vibes must have been
It was
crazy.
great. Like you just got a sense that there was something clicking here, and back-to-back shutouts. There was just a lot going on, and so fun to be part of for sure. And especially if you're in California and it's February, but it was just an interesting time. There are moments like you don't forget. You could just tell in that moment like something was happening here. Yeah.
It's kind of hard to describe, and I don't want to stick on this subject for too long, but is it kind of like you're expecting to win and it just feels normal to win, and then you're at a loss and you're like, I'm not used to this. You
yeah.
Know what I mean?
So and that's the thing with early 2000s Ottawa, you just expected them almost to win every night. And when you didn't, you're like, okay, what went wrong? Because it's not the other team beat you. You clearly lost that game. And you can see Ottawa starting to build into that now. But I think tonight is just one of those games where there's just two teams and one deflection was going to be the end result of this one. But I do know what you mean. You do sense like you walk with a swagger. Think of like Florida and Colorado and Dallas and Edmonton. They just walk around with that swagger. You can see Ottawa building that swagger right now. And Tim Stützle may be the front man for it all. And all due respect to Brady Tkachuk, but Tim Stützle he's a prick to play against on the ice. You can see it in his game. You can see it in his attitude, how much he hates to lose, how much he's carrying this team for me at the moment. I love the way he plays the game. I don't care if he turns the puck over once a game. I don't get hung up on that. Like, I know people do, but the way that he carries the game and the way he can win a game for you, I am all in. I'm all in on Tim Stützle. I watch him.
Yeah, well, Tom's summarizing it in the chat perfectly. He I know he's talking about the whole group here, but he's matured so much since even the last 2 years. He feels like a completely different player, and maybe he feels that he has to fill that that Kachuk void ever since he's gone.
I think this is still his game. Like, no, I know what you mean, but Tim Stützle is a leader in that room without question. And I believe that's just who he is. It's nothing to do with, oh, Brady's out, I need to step up or do something. That's Tim Stützle and just how he plays. That's 100% who he is.
I mean, he's on pace for 40 goals. And, even last year, he's a guy that, I know you hate the word on pace, but I know he's a guy that we expect to be passing so much and all the time. I don't know. He's hanging
just
around
let
the
me
net
clear
more.
up on pace for a sec. When you are 10 games into the season and you've had a great start and you're like, oh, he's on pace for 70 goals. That's a bit much for me. Or he's on pace for 120 points. Can we just wait till we're 20, 30 games in and we do on pace? That's all. Go ahead. I digress.
Okay, so I got the green light. We're 22 games in now.
Yeah. You can go now.
On the Kachuk note, they moved to 10-5-4 record without him.
Yeah.
We're still not complaining, right? I know you missed a good chunk of those.
Amazing.
Oh, yeah. We were talking we'd be lucky to get 500-600.
Right? Like, I don't like to type with as we always make the joke in the media, because you're never supposed to cheer for the team you cover. It's just you're supposed to be objective. And so the joke we always make is and someone says something good about the team, is like, must be tough to type with your foam finger on, with Joey's like the number one. And so that's like, I was supposed to say, I don't like to type with my foam finger on, but this team playing 10-5-4 without Brady on a team that's not big up front when he's not in the lineup or misses that muscle, misses that leader, I think is a massive win for this group right now. Massive win.
Well, how many times have I talked about it on the show already? It shows the resilience that the Sens have, and resilience that pretty much every team that's won a Stanley Cup or shown like even any kind of success, they need that kind of resilience. And I mean, there's no bigger adversity you have to fight through losing someone, like not only your captain, but Brady Kachuk's just more than just a captain, right?
Yeah, 30 goal scorer. Like, we all know the intangibles, and I really think the one area that's missing with him right now is the power play. That presence of him in front or at the side of that just creates a whole lot of havoc. I think they miss him a lot there, but
they do.
Like, Cody, going into tonight's game, if Detroit had lost, which they did, and Tampa had lost, which they didn't, they won 3-0 over Philadelphia. Ottawa would have been sitting in first place in the Atlantic, and they played 19 games without their captain. The way that they play defensively, which we saw again tonight, is exactly why they are in the position they're in right now.
100%. Could not agree more. You went a little risky well, actually, you didn't go really that risky, but the Wally parlays are always a little bit of a risk when you're talking about the main show. And you're going to see here, I took a little bit of inspiration from you, just to show how much I missed you, man.
You gotta learn from the teacher. I get it. Yeah.
Well, unfortunately, it didn't work out. But
listen,
this segment,
tonight's game is like one of the worst games to try and make a parlay on, because there's just nothing that's going to happen. So
based a lot of on offensive stuff.
You either just try and hope, but you knew, like, the only thing I knew for sure, and I should have just bet the over under, is under 5. It was under 5.5. That's all I knew was going to happen in this game.
Yeah,
sorry, go ahead. What did you do today?
Well, let's take a look. But this segment is brought to you by Sports Interaction, Sportsbook, and Casino. Every game is your game when you bet with Sports Interaction. Bet the action on every period, every shift, every shot with Canada's homegrown sportsbook. Sports Interaction. Ontario only, 18+. Please play responsibly. Let's take a look at the big parlay first, because I had Stu point, Batherson shot, Stützle shot on goal. Yeah, Batherson and Stützle to take a shot, Cousins and Stützle to have a point, and then the under 5.5 shot on goal. I think the only thing I didn't have that you had was a block shot from Sanderson.
Yeah.
But yeah, didn't work out.
He must
Cousins.
have, wait, did he have one? He must have had one. I didn't even go. Once I knew that the score was all messed up, I didn't even go back to check. But
Basically, yeah, Stutzla didn't have a point. Batherson did. Or no, Batherson didn't. Neither of those guys had a point.
No, that's why it doesn't.
And then, yeah, the only thing that
really Jake Sanderson did have a. Oh no, wait, yeah, Sanderson had one block shot. Yeah.
Okay, good. But we both had the idea to have Cousins going up. What was your kind of mindset behind putting something on Cousins?
So this is a big boy game to me, where your big guys typically have to lead the way, where it's Anze Kopitar or it's Tim Stützle or it's one of those guys. And Dylan Cousins has been playing really good hockey. His last few games for me have been very, very good. A lot of stuff he does away from the puck generates scoring chances. And so I like the way that he's been playing. And you can't always you probably should, if you're betting, just bet with the guys that score points. But I just felt like maybe it's not Drake or Shane. Maybe it's Dylan Cousins tonight that gets that point. And so that's why I thought he'd be the guy.
I had the similar mindset. He's playing with Zetterlund, and talk about two guys who are starting to figure it out, right? They didn't have the best start to the season, and then suddenly it's going there. Andy Zaid, it's coming. Don't worry. But something I noticed before the game, and it kind of, I noticed it, and I wasn't surprised by it, but it was great to know. Dylan Cousins is top 20 in the NHL in hits. He's tied with Tom Wilson.
So his forecheck game has been extremely good.
Right. So
and that's why I say like the things he does away from the puck will lead to success, I think. That's 100%.
All. If we want to pull up the bets again, I love these double option on Sports Interaction. So I went Perry and Cousins. Perry, he's been slowing down, but he's another guy who had a great start to the season. Then when I saw him paired up with Cousins, talk about, like you said, two big boy games.
Just the wrong Cousins. I feel like if you're gonna pick Corey Perry, it's got to be Nick Cousins. It's got to be two complete menaces on the ice.
And then looking at Jordan Spence.
Softy pick, eh? Oh yeah, Jordan.
Well, first off, I was looking at these odd plus 1400s, and I was like, man, it's hard to say no to. And then I went with the same mindset. Talk about a guy playing against his old team, and I don't know why I wasn't feeling it last week, but this game I was like, maybe we'll see more than one goal, and we did, but it was barely. And then same mindset as Zetterlund. Just had to sneak a guy playing against his own team. He didn't look bad though. He played pretty well.
Nope.
I'd like to see a little bit more physicality out of the guy. I get that's not his game, and he's not the biggest guy, but we know he can hit. We know he can push guys around. Didn't see a lot of it this game, I felt like. But he skated with the puck super well, which is, which is what you want from him.
Yeah, and let me be I guess the jerk on this part.
As always.
If you've got the puck, Cody, you can't make a hit. So if you've got the puck a lot, you're not going to have that many hits. And I'm not trying. I'm being facetious with you, but I'm just like, I understand your point. He's not a physical. It's just not his game. It's in his game. It's just not a big part of it. But he loves to carry the puck and play. And so I think he's more of I'll dig the puck out of the corner and skate to the net if I can, or dish it off. But I know what you're saying. Listen, I'd like to see everybody start laying bodies and punishing people, because it makes a difference in the third period. But I don't know if that's ever going to be him.
Yeah. Anyways, let's.
Hey, listen. If he scores in 8 straight games right now, I don't care if he hits anybody.
I can't argue with that. You're right. You're right. But I guess my kind of mindset is that really what the Sens need right now? But you have
which part?
Well, you have puck carrying defensemen. You have guys who can carry the puck through the neutral zone, get it inside, and skate around. And I don't know, when you guys were talking on the main show, what are the Sens going to be looking at to bring in during the deadline? It is kind of that more physical presence that can play in the top 4D, and that's just not who Spence is. But it's still it's his role, and it comes to that question mark of, where does he fit in the lineup in general. But
so okay, all right, we can have this discussion. And the only reason I say that is I think it's two parts. Jordan Spence is an everyday NHL player in the regular season. So you know where I'm going. But I want some big, mean son of a bitch to hit people in the playoffs. I want, as Yorkie says, long and tall.
Yep.
I don't take Jordan. There's no need for me that I see at the moment, unless this game falls off, Jordan Spence comes out of the lineup.
Absolutely not. No.
So then if you go and trade for somebody to replace him, who are you making your team better by taking him out of the lineup is my point. And if you have a top 4 legit D who's miserable and all that stuff, well, okay, maybe. But I'm just curious, like, are we going to affect the roster in the way it's playing at the moment by changing it? You know what I mean? Like the feng shui, if you will.
That was a big word.
You must be a big feng shui kind of guy. You got the red door, furniture's all lined up. Do you not know feng shui?
Let's get to the goals. Let's wrap this up. So every game is.
I want to know your decorating style.
I have no idea what you're talking. I have a Slapshot poster. That's my decorating style. That's all I need. I got a Top Gun logo right here, or a poster that you guys can't even see. That's about it. That's my decoration style.
Hey, a little tip, little inside information, little breaking news for you. Over on my floor somewhere, I may have a gift for you. Just arrived today. No, it's not a mug.
No, oh God.
No, you haven't got there yet. However, something was dropped off to me today that's part of the coming in hot for the holidays gift package. And I said, listen, I've got a guy that would really like one of those. And you're going to get one.
I don't know what one of those is, but I would like one. Yes. I'm a sucker for gifts.
Hey, I would never lead you astray.
I thought you were going to say I would never get you a mug.
No.
You know how close I've come to just grabbing a plain white mug and just Sharpieing on?
That'd be great. I don't know what the I don't trying to think here. I don't know what the threshold is for you to get the mug. Like maybe there's an employee discount. I'll have to look into that. Maybe for $15 I can sell you a mug.
He's gonna hop out with Graham. Are you gonna be a firefighter for a day and make a calendar?
Make the CIH calendar would be awesome.
That would be a good product. See, right there. Boom.
All the guests that come on.
It wasn't anyone from the chat. I got that idea, and that's mugging me my payment for that. But let's get to the goals and wrap this up. But real quick, every game is your game when you bet with Sports Interaction. From puck drop to overtime, bet with live odds on every play with easy deposits and payouts. Go to sportsinteraction.com/cominginhot to open an account. Ontario only, 18+. Please play responsibly.
Speaking of new stuff, Sports Interaction just sent me a brand new helmet. Yeah.
You're going to be so protected in beer league.
I don't even play. So I got to figure out what to do with that. Oh, no, it's completely blocked and pointless. But anyway, yeah. So
I burned my last year of eligibility in juvenile, so no, I can't represent on that.
Anyway, thank you to our friends at Sports Interaction. I got a jersey. I got pucks.
You lucky SOB.
I don't know. Maybe it's for you. It had my name on it. Maybe it's for you.
Yeah, should be. I don't know. There's a certain other sports book going on your end of the coming hot spectrum. But anyways, Warren Foegele gets the first goal of the game as he decided to keep us all awake. He ended up alone on the left post to get it past Merrilainen.
Yeah.
What happened to Jensen chasing him out? It felt like he just stopped. I don't know, a bit of hesitation on his part. Is it just he got beat in a foot race?
So if I did, it'd be totally speculating of what I think happened. But Warren Fogel's a pretty good skater.
Oh, 100%.
I'm going to give him that. I wanted Warren Foegele on the Sens. When he was a free agent, I wanted him to sign in Ottawa. You can see how well or how much power I have with the Ottawa Senators management because he's not a member of the Ottawa Senators. I don't know the exact.
And Zetterlund's still on the team.
Still there. Hey, listen. He has a role. We just got to figure out what it is. But listen, scoring in back-to-back games, now has confidence, now has all that stuff building, now has listen, if you put me here, I can produce, so he can probably relax of the next game. He's not going to be a fourth-line guy at the moment. Mm-hmm. So all that stuff factors into him possibly staying in that spot a little bit longer. And I don't mean that I'm not disparaging him whatsoever. I just think you've now started to show that you can do things in this top six that they were hoping you could do. That's all my point is on that.
No, yeah.
That goal is just I think he just got beat.
Yeah. I don't know. I saw him slow down a little bit. It didn't look like he fully stopped, but I don't know. Sometimes when you're on the back check and you're focusing on where the puck is, you kind of lose whoever you're covering in your peripheral vision. And I feel like that's might have been what happened. I'm theorizing here, but Foegele kind of ends up behind and kind of Jensen's blind spot. And then that's when he really picks up the Jets and goes straight to the net. So I think that's what happened with Jensen. That's why and then he kind of slows down going like, oh my God, where's the guy I was covering? Oh no, he's 3, 4, 5 feet ahead of me.
Could be. Like it is weird, but it's not uncommon to see guys get to the post quicker. And when you're trying to score, it's a lot easier than it is trying to defend. So
we saw it against we saw that exact play against Anaheim on the McTavish goal. We saw it. I don't remember which goal, but it was at the Boston game. Jensen getting beat to the far post, letting that cross crease pass happen, and ends up in a goal. Again, getting beat happens. It happens, but that's now 3 times in the last 5 games it's happened by the same guy who Jensen was sold to us as a better skater.
So okay, fair. I think the other things that he does, I just want to word it properly because I can understand frustration of like, okay, if he's just going to allow a goal every game, what's the point? But I also watched him like carrying pucks out, digging pucks out, winning board battles, a lot of other things that I think he's still really valuable. And I still think he protects Nick Matt-Palo. I believe he picked up an assist tonight. Like he does a lot of things good on that team. And is there a chance that, maybe I'd like to see probably the inside stats of it all. I still think he's a valuable defenseman in that group.
I'm not disagreeing with that. I'm saying
it says you don't like him very much. This is what I'm hearing, Cody.
No, he made a mistake and he's made it multiple times. Oh my God, Wally.
I'm just
that the Italian and Hungary and the European salt. I see you brought some back here.
The German dialect in Vienna was a lot. People got mad at me.
No, it's real. Whenever I'm traveling, I have my neighbor and my mom always begging me, bring salt back where you're from, bring salt wherever you're at. My sister lives in Iceland, so they go crazy for special salt there. Zetterlund on a special effort Jensen.
Wait. Hey, why is your sister living in Iceland? Did you just say?
Yeah, she's playing some pro hockey there.
Really?
Yeah,
that's fantastic. Is it an Icelandic pro hockey league?
Yeah, it's a 3-team league where she's in Akureyri, which is the city up north, and the other 2 teams are in Reykjavik, the other big leagues. But yeah, she's been there for 4 years. Yeah, right when I started university.
Really?
She got there. Yeah, so proud of her. That's why I got that flag right there.
This is amazing. Okay, this is amazing. So, how many games a year do they play? I apologize, people. We're going to get back to the game. Just chill for a sec.
That's a really good question, actually.
How many games do they play?
That's a really good question. It's not a lot. It's not
30.
A little less. I want to say around 20, but I'm not.
Yeah, okay.
That's a shot in the dark to me. I don't know if I doubt she's watching right now. It's like
no.
3 a.m.
She's
for her.
normal. Yeah. Why is she playing there? And then what does she do outside of it? Like, does she make enough money playing that to not have to work during the rest of the season? And my guess would be no.
Yeah, no. She had a government job here and she was coaching on the side, and then got a random call from a friend of a friend saying, "Hey, this team in Iceland's looking for a goalie. Do you want to go?" And she's like, "Hell yeah!" And then
And we left it. Is this men's or women's?
women's.
Okay, I just wasn't sure for a sec. All right.
And then on the side, over there, she's coaching with a whole program, like she's kids from 5 to 18 or whatever. She's coaching with them, and then she's coaching on the national team there. Hopefully getting her citizenship to actually play for the national team, but that's not there yet.
So do you know what level, a double IHF level they're at?
Div 2. So it's
Div 2. That's pretty good.
2 chunks under Canada. Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
And it's actually really entertaining to watch.
So here's what I would appreciate for as we move forward, that you update the scores of the women's Icelandic hockey teams.
I would love that.
Okay.
2-1 against.
We have to cheer and find out how the better member of the family is doing.
Okay.
And if there's a third sibling,
we
want to follow. Oh shoot.
Well, there's the dog, but Jackson.
Our dog is in my show. Gertie might get punished because she picked Ottawa to win tonight.
No more treats.
Gertie is 4-2 on the season now.
That's not bad. No, that's better than our parlays.
Speak for yourself.
Okay, well, it's better than my parlays.
I've won like $600 this season.
Jeez. Okay, no, I've had only 2 parlays. I like to go straight bets, but neither of them.
But my wife, which I didn't really know she listened to the show, was like, "Oh, did you hit the parlay?" I'm like, "What?" And she's like, "Hey, what are we doing with that money?" I'm like, "No, you don't want to get it. This is the money that stays in the show that I use to bet with through the season." Yeah,
all these vacation paid for by
parlays.
Low key.
We're not going to the Vienna Opera on my sports parlays. Anyway, so
all right. The game that happened in California, Zetterlund, kind of a second effort off of a Matt and Paolo shot. Like, I knew he was strong and had that shot on him, but it felt very Zetterlund-esque from last game, if I may say. Just a hard shot, gets a nice rebound, and then Zetterlund just really finding space in front of the net, popping it in. Jensen picks up the secondary assist. That was just a nice play overall. That, we saw those kind of plays kind of the whole game, where Sens get a good opportunity and just can't get a stick on the rebound, and then it just happened to work out late in the third.
Is the weirdest 5 combination I found. So we'll get to the goal, which is, did anybody think, why is Nick Matt-Paolo by the goal line? I do know that the Sens D have the green light to move around and force plays. I get it. And you have to open it up when you're down a goal. They're down a goal. But just throw a puck on net, for the love of God, anybody at this point, right? You're not getting much. You just got to start throwing pucks on net. And then it ended up being basically a wide open net for Fabian Zetterlund. It was a good play. Started by Nick Jensen, which you don't like.
Well, you're really going to make me look like I don't like him, but that play was really started by Stützle.
100%.
Gave it to Jensen, and then, but no, you're right. A good play by everyone on the ice there. If I can jump in on that, I didn't really think that. But I totally understand the thing. The big question I has was, why is the line on the ice right now Stützle, Zetterlund, and Hayden Hodgson? And
I had to stop for a sec and go, wait a sec. Did I just see those 3 guys? Yeah. So anyway, go ahead.
To me too. the second I looked away from the TV and my dad was watching in the other room and he starts going crazy and I'm like, wait, what's going on? And then that's the first thing I see is Hodgson coming into the Selly circle, and then after lining up for the faceoff, uh, Hodgson took Eller's place on that second line. Kind of some question marks there, but I don't hate it. You know,
Well, no, it's a mismatch of a line, right?
oh,
So I'm just thinking he just took and said, "You guys go," or there was a line change. So I think in Hodgson's already on the ice. I'd have to go back and check. And
no,
then,
it was that line was on the ice on purpose. Those three were on the ice on purpose, man.
do you not think they were in the middle of a line change?
Well, they were. That's why Stützle was still on the ice. But in the ensuing faceoff after the goal, it's Hodgson, Cousins, Zetterlund who lined up. I mean,
Okay,
they
that
played
makes
a
sense. Okay,
yeah, they played a minute and a half together, so that trio
yeah.
didn't really last. But I don't know. It just
So
again, I
I'm
I
glad
like
you brought
playing with
him
the
up.
lines.
I think Hayden Hodgson, who played 5 minutes and 42 seconds or something,
That sounds
5:44. I thought was one of the most noticeable people and was engaged and made an impact in this game. And he played the fewest amount of minutes of
yeah, all of the sense.
all but Samuel Hellenius, who he must have been because he took that hit, right? That was a hit from Hodgson along the boards.
Maybe.
So he didn't play a lot and he made something happen, which is why I appreciate what Hayden Hodgson's been doing right now.
Talk about a guy who kind of just came out of nowhere and said, "Hey, I belong here," right? Like last year, he made his season debut against
Yeah.
Montreal at the CTC. I was at that game, and he made a huge hit. I can't remember on who, but I think it was on Gouli, not too far from where I was sitting. And just with the speed he came in with that hit, and
Yeah.
I talked last show about how like when guys want to prove themselves, they're always looking for that extra oomph on a hit,
Yeah.
but it didn't feel forced this time. It felt like it just came naturally to him. And now he's at what, 6 or 7 games played this so far this season, and he looks like he belongs, which is, talk about at the beginning of the season when we're like, oh, is it going to be Lexell? Is it going to be McDermott? And then
Yeah.
they brought up this Hodgson guy who's probably just we're probably just trying him out, and then whoa, this guy belongs, and he's the mainstay in the lineup now.
And Hayden Hodgson can score, but I think they've worked on his skating enough. They've worked on it more
Yeah,
uh, over the last 2 months, and I think that may have been a factor. Um, I I think he earns that spot. Like I don't see him coming out of the lineup right now. If you were to play Curtis McDermott, then that's Hayden's spot. Whatever that. So I don't see him coming out to put Curtis McDermott possibly in the lineup unless it's maybe like Montreal,
even then.
Toronto. I know,
I
but
I feel like more value because I don't think it's any secret McDermott is the better straight up fighter,
yeah,
but I think they're at a point in the league's, trend or culture where the willingness to fight is almost just as important as the fight itself. And
just got
Hodgson's
to show up. Yeah,
probably, yeah, and Hodgson's not scared to show up. He's going to do it, especially,
I
if
know,
Jack Guy
but
goes after Stützle,
I don't.
if Jack Guy's still
I
in it.
yeah. I in a normal world, I'm 100% on board with you. I just don't want to see Ottawa lose another fight. And I don't remember the last time Ottawa, I feel like, won a fight to fight decisively where they would have got momentum from it outside of the guys just showing up. That's the one problem I have.
That's true.
So,
Since probably DeBrincat in that one game. That's the
like,
last big fight I remember.
well, definitely not this year, right? Like, I don't feel
No.
like there's been one fight. So maybe both guys get dressed. Maybe
Ooh.
it's McDermott because the other team's got
Then it becomes your
like,
catchphrase of who do you take out, right?
yeah, well, for me on that left side, sorry, right side, line 4, I think it's either one of those 2 guys for the rest of the season.
Oh, 100%.
And
You
then, like, once Greg comes back, Eller moves, and then Perron moves.
I'm guessing
Nick
Cousins.
Cousins maybe becomes a healthy scratch, and if it's not a really tough game, then maybe Hodgson comes out and Cousins is in. But Nick Cousins has played very, very good for me lately. Like
It's
the
hard
last
to get at
game,
a
he
single
puts
guy.
that puck on the goal line. And I'm like, it makes the great move, and it sits on the goal line. And then here comes Timmy. Goal, Tim. And I'm like, my God. So Nick Cousins has had, I think, 2, maybe 3 of those this year where he should have scored and he hasn't. I like his, like, yeah, you can say, well, he doesn't do everything all the time. Okay, he's a fourth line guy making league minimum. I like exactly what he does.
Yeah, that's super fair to say. Let's get to that last goal real quick. Nepean boy, Brent Clark with the wow. Oh, nice. How lucky is LA? Strong game by the men. I wish they'd stop trying to dump and chase. Pinto Sladley had a lot of offensive turnovers in 2 periods.
No.
He needs to protect the puck more. Amadio looks slow. Yorkie needs to have that chit chat.
Listen, we
You
have a
agree
9
with
a.m.
that?
show tomorrow. I will bring it up. But I would like to point out Mike Kelly, who's the analytics guru, just said that Michael Amadio might be the best forward in the league.
That's something.
So let me just see. I may have taken some liberties with the quote. Let me just
All right,
see.
while you're looking at that, yeah, Brent Clark with a huge bomb from the point, and I mean, he's a guy who I got to see develop a little bit when he was back in the OHL. That guy's skating ability insane, and then he comes out. That slap shot is not something you would have seen out of him even like 3-4 years ago, or yeah, 2-3 years ago. And yeah, that deflection off of, was it Zub, to completely fool Maryland. I mean, talk about, I feel like I'm repeating this enough, but when the negative parts of the Sens, it's no longer the goalies. And that's, something that's a positive for fans 100%, but it just keeps happening, those bad bounces. And in this case, like, I don't know, there's not much to do there. It's just a nice shot that bounced the right way for the Kings.
Yeah, it's tough. On Brant Clark, I will say, my kid has trained. By the way, thank Justin very much for the $70 donation. I will say, like, during COVID, Brent and Graham and my son skated on the same sheet with Kelly, or Shelly Kettles. I watched those two play, and they're stupidly sick as hockey players. The release they have on their shots, the stuff they're able to do is amazing to watch. Like, they are really good kids, and I think it'll be exciting to see where their careers end up. And I know Graham is struggling to get an NHL regular location, but that kid can flat out play hockey too. Anyway, good for Graham Clark, and I know it's exciting to always score against your hometown team, if you will. I just didn't need you to do it tonight. I needed you just to shoot that wide, and it didn't happen.
Yeah.
Hey, Cody, one thing. Since we've got like nearly 600 people watching on social media, and I don't know how many on YouTube. You guys have stayed up. You've supported Cody. You know where this is going, Cody. If you'd like to win a mug, I will send to you a mug. You just have to email the show, cihsends@gmail.com. And by the way, if you are a member of the show, you cannot enter the contest. So email cihsends@gmail.com. I will give you a mug. But you just have to say, which host you think in tonight's show is the better host. That's all. Just team Wally, team Cody. I will pick.
I hope that over the past, I don't know how many shows we're at even anymore, that I've built my own cult following that is completely loyal to the extra ER and coming in hotter. But we'll see. We'll see.
I'm just saying, we'll see if the emails light up. cihsends@gmail.com if you are familiar with our show. And I can tell you there's been none right now.
So far. Last game against LA, shots ended up being 18-17 in flavor of LA. Great English, Cody. This game it got a little it went up 29-22 in favor of Ottawa. So that's where I went that's where I kind of lifted an eyebrow when you said, "Thank you, Michael." What a beast. Uh when you said it was a slightly more boring game, I guess you could say, I thought it was at least, more chances going on. But Ottawa outshot pretty much outshot them pretty much the whole game, but
Yeah.
stuff just wasn't going in. Did it feel like just more throwing the puck on the net, or did those feels like actual good chances?
So the only thing for me was LA outshot Ottawa 10-5 in the second, and I
Justin the
felt they
traitor.
really poured it on. I thought controlled that second period where Ottawa didn't get a lot. Now, Ottawa had 2 penalties in the second period, and I know fans are wound about the officiating in this game. I don't think the hit on Stephen Halliday is a penalty. And you're like, well, he hit the numbers. One, Stephen they call it you're engaged with that player, and he knew he was there. And it's not, he didn't hit him up high in the head. He didn't hit him. If I'm not mistaken, because I'm trying to just see it again, he hits him, I'll say, on the back.
Mm-hmm.
His face whiplashes forward and crushes the glass. Like, it looks really painful, but that's not a penalty. And I know you're gonna yell at me and say it is, but it's not. I thought the trip through the slot on Stützle was a penalty. That didn't get called. I understand they may have felt it was more divey than it was anything to do with the LA Kings. That's my, and I know there's another one I'm missing.
Yeah.
Oh, by the way, Hayden Hodgson crushes Huselius, if I'm right,
Mm-hmm.
and there's no penalty on that call either. And you could say, well, that's very similar to the hit on Halliday where they didn't call that either. So
yeah, no,
I don't believe I don't think the refs had a hand in the 2-1 game in this one.
No,
and I know people are going to yell at me about it.
No, I'm going to agree with you on the Halliday thing. I wouldn't have been surprised if it ended up getting called, but at first I was definitely, oh, what the heck is going on? Especially when you saw the result. But no, you're right. The whole being engaged at first, and then the whiplash making it look a lot worse than it actually was.
Like,
I mean, I
junior
feel for
hockey,
him,
it's the same play. Like, you can't be engaged or know that the guy is there. Like, you're now engaged and then turn. You don't get carte blanche on penalty.
Yeah, it's the thing where I don't hear about it, but I assume it's taught a little bit where, hey, if you're kind of stuck in a position, don't be scared to turn your back because the guy knows he can't hit you. But at the same time, not that they rely on that, but maybe it becomes an instinct to turn your back when you don't see another option, and then you can't do that. You just can't because
or you just run out of time.
Exactly, and Halliday ended up coming back. He was fine. No confirmation on whether he lost.
I don't know whether he's fine or not.
Yeah,
his face hits so hard. I felt
scary.
so bad watching it because it just gets crushed into the glass.
Yeah, no confirmation on how many teeth he lost, but I'm guessing it's at least one because the blood coming out of there and everything. Yeah, that looked really bad. But it's also, at the end of the day, if we're going to talk about missed calls and the Sens not getting a power play where they may or may not have deserved it, they still went 0-3 on the power play. And you talked about missing Tkachuk, but it can't just be that, right? Because I mean, LA managed to go 1 for 3, and I know they have one of the best penalty kills in the league. I think Julian McKenzie. I had a tweet saved from Julian McKenzie there. They're working at something like 95.5% penalty kill since the beginning of November, which is second in the league, which the fact that that's not first is insane to me. But there has to be a way when you're given 3 opportunities, you feel like they would have solved it by now, and they didn't feel dangerous.
No, everything's on the outside. Like, they just can't get to the middle of the ice.
Yeah. That's another reason I had high hopes for Spence. Sorry, completely unrelated, but when plays are kept to the outside, you usually see defensemen throwing it on the goal more. But yeah, but I feel like once you get to the third power play, you figure something out, or you get at least more comfortable to the outside. It felt like they were forcing plays to the middle when it might not have been there.
Yeah, fair. And at some point you got to try it. I think that's another issue too. But I can't find it. I had it in the show this morning, which feels like 3 days ago, about the Sens top 15. Had their last 15 games, and you talk about where they're at. Like, you see the how much this changed, how much they are really starting to turn things around. Like, they're first in shots against. I'm gonna have it in about 2 seconds when I remember what I labeled it.
Then while
so
you figure out
points
how to
per
use the computer.
so going into tonight's game, so this is obviously going to change. So they're 9-2-4 since October 21st. So the last 15 games, which is basically after that 1-4-1 start. Second in points percentage, first in face-off winning percentage, first in shots against, fifth in even strength goals against. They don't like 1.88. They don't give you anything. Goals against, they're ninth, which was a lot higher at the beginning of the season. Power play, they've dropped to 10th. And goals for per game, they're 10th. They've done a lot of good things over the last 15 games. That, as we argued today, they're a top 10 team. I legit think that they're a top 10 team in the league at the moment.
Hey, they're still second place in the Atlantic, and we know how tough that division was going to be. And they could have easily been in first if it wasn't for Detroit of all teams. Face-offs real quick too. If we're talking about top 10, Sens might even be top 5, top 1 in the league when it comes to face-offs. They were at 68.8% tonight. Could have just had 1% more, 1% less, less would have been awesome. Eller at 88, which he's been insane the last couple of games. I think it's 3 games in a row he's above 80. Stutzla at 77. Dylan Cousins at 6-7%. Claude Giroux 6-7%. If we're looking for positives on the Sens there, that's something they just kept going since the beginning of the season, right?
So I need to get to Claude Giroux and see if he'll open up about what he has told these guys over the summer of what has changed, if anything. I just assume there has been a discussion that we're not going to go through what we went through in Toronto in the playoffs, and this is what we need to do.
Do you think part of that is Eller being there too?
Why am I so lost? Wally is so lost.
7%?
No, I get it. That's why I was just shaking my head.
Though?
It's just, yeah. I will admit, I was in Tampa earlier this year, game 1, and I'm walking down the street, and I briefly heard 6-7, but at that time, I don't know what it's about. And I look up in like dorm windows and it says 6-7 in these big, and I'm like, okay. I mean, I don't get it. I don't know what's going on, and I don't get it right now. And I knew it was something happening, and I still tried to figure it out. I'm like, so you just do 6-7? Anyway.
You just do 6-7?
Yeah. So bizarre. You kids today.
I can tell this story real quick. When the 67s had their first school day game and they called it the 6-7 game, I remember I was filming another sort of documentary for a project I was working on. And then we were at you call it the Civic Center, TD place. And then as buses full of school kids were getting to the arena, we were just filming. So then we said, okay, let's pause the filming as those loud buses are coming around. And whoever I was filming on camera just took a look at those buses, and the kids are looking, oh my God, there's a camera there. What's going on? And then the guy just goes, and then you just see the kids going crazy on them. It was hilarious. I don't think I've ever been more like, oh my God, I can actually connect with kids for once. Still don't know what it means.
Finally, people that you can relate to on your age level. Finally.
I know, right? People born in a year that doesn't start with a 1.
Wow. This is where all the good stuff happened. And I can see producer Andy laughing, and I just like to make this an HR complaint. Okay, this will be noted.
So was game number 3 on their big old road trip.
Yeah. So
they're
keep going.
They're back against Vegas, another 10:00 game on Wednesday, and then it's gonna. Tkachuk may or may not be back by then because he put his timeline either between that Vegas game or the St. Louis game. It would be awesome to see him back. I called him one of the most entertaining players to watch. But what's the scoop on Vegas? What do you see in them?
So the scoop on Brady?
On Vegas.
Okay, well let's do Brady
actually,
first.
if you got something on Brady, yeah.
Yeah. So we had Jody Shelley on the show this afternoon. I'll call it the show. He and I did a quick 10-minute hit talking about tonight's game, but he was at the morning skate and he's like, he looks like he's ready to play now. He took 20. He goes, and you can watch it on our YouTube channel. He's like, he did 20 face-offs against, and he goes, I don't know who he went against, but he did 20 face-offs on the left, 20 face-offs on the right. Skating looks great. Everything he's doing right now looks like, he goes, I think he can play now. So if he plays against Vegas, I wouldn't be shocked. I think St. Louis at this point is a shoo-in.
Yeah. Well,
are we missing Dallas? Are we missing
Dallas? Is next Sunday. Yeah.
Oh, goes back from St. Louis to Dallas. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah. But
so
we knew the skating and everything was good there. The big question was the shooting and the face-offs, but I guess you just answered that question with because it was his thumb that was doing weird. But that's why, we always knew the skating he would be fine, and how quickly he got back to practicing. But yeah, if he took that many face-offs, that's a good sign. It's a good sign.
Yeah, and Jody was like, yeah, I'm shocked if he doesn't. Paraphrasing, but he's like, I just think he's going to play a lot sooner than we think. So I suspect the next 2 games we see Brady Tkachuk in the lineup. Really? He's just going to throw everything out of whack, Cody.
Who's going to play on the first line with him? We don't know.
We can't. We're just getting settled. Anyway,
I
look forward to having him back and see how this all plays out, and hopefully, Ridley Gregg returns shortly.
Yeah, he's been day to day for a while now.
So
is this a flashback to Allmark last year where he was day to day, but for what ended up being 2 months, or is it an actual?
Well,
day-to-day
so
thing?
If it's like ligament damage or if it's any of that kind of stuff, muscle, you don't actually know how it's going to respond, and you can do things to extend it and whatever. But I've seen him a couple times in practice, and I brought this up in the show. Geez, I feel like it was a week. It was maybe a week or 2 ago. It would have been 2 weeks ago, where he was just, and as you know, warm-ups, guys come on the ice and just skate loops for a while. They shoot some pucks, skate loops. And every time he would be like checking his wrist, and just not like, I got new gloves on kind of wrist. It's like, I'm hoping I can bend this thing today. I don't know if that's the injury. I just noticed what I noticed, and that seemed to be like a very uncomfortable part of his body at the moment. So I don't know what he is or how long he's supposed to be out, but I don't even know if he's on the trip.
Well, he played the Anaheim game, so I assume.
Yes, I don't. Yeah. Yes, he did. I just don't know if he's still there.
Time will tell, I guess. Right? Vegas.
Yeah.
So Sens are, the big story coming into this game was how similar LA and the Sens were, which were 2 really deep teams.
Yeah.
Vegas is definitely not that. They're a top heavy team, which is the kind of matchup that I like the Sens odds there, because look at how much they've been relying on the untouchable line with the Pinto line. They still had the most ice time out of any lines tonight. Is this where depth can potentially be the secret weapon, I guess?
So, yeah, Vegas just lost tonight, by the way, people. 5-1 to the Mammoth. Yeah. I was just Ottawa. So Vegas has owned the Ottawa Senators. I believe Vegas has points in 12 straight games against Ottawa.
Oh, really?
which is one of the longest active streaks behind. And now LA now has points in 12 straight against the Ottawa Senators. But Vegas, I just got to quickly just get. I know I'm looking right at it. Okay. Vegas versus Ottawa.
I mean, also Vegas, since they've been in the league, they've been good. But 2017, which is when they came in, is right when that Sens started going down. And now that they're on the up and up again, you're getting kind of that weird.
All right. So,
yeah.
The Vegas Golden Knights and the Ottawa Senators have played 14 games, Cody. Vegas has one regulation loss. They're 12-1-1 against the Ottawa Senators. And that loss was in game 2 back in 2018. So since then, in the last 12 games, they are 12-0-1.
Wow.
So
that's intimidating.
Yeah, right? Like you've had no success against this team. Like there's been very few guys still left on the 2018 team. It's probably
Chabot,
maybe Drake, Chabot, Brady. Well, I can tell you actually who played in this game.
Well, I mean, while you're looking at that, how many times at the beginning of this road trip was it either me or Yorkie or Graham saying, this is not the Sens of 2017. This isn't even the Sens of 2023. Like you can't make that comparison.
No, I can tell you Mark Stone played for the Senators in this game.
That feels like a million years ago.
So I'm going to read you some roster names while we have time. Jim O'Brien, Max McCormick, Magnus Payarvi, Tom Pyatt, Ben Harper, Ryan DeZingle, Freddie Kleisen, Matt Duchesne, Cody Ceci, Alex Burrows, Mark Borowiecki. So only Thomas Chabot is the only player that has beaten the Vegas Golden Knights. He's the only one.
Thomas Schaefer here saying either way it was Stone's fault. The Sens lost.
And we don't know if he's going to be playing tomorrow or Wednesday.
Yeah. You didn't say Nikita Zaitsev, which surprised me. I feel like going back to those years, he's synonymous with those dog years for the Sens. Man, Borowiecki, CC, that feels like ages ago. You know, they've only had those black jerseys that they have now for what? This is only their second year with it, right? Third year? Third year. Third year. And it feels like, I don't know. Those feel so normal to me now that whenever I do see a red jersey, like I know my parents still have one of I think it's a Duchesne jersey, but it's still the red and the old logo. And I mean, like, what is this ancient artifact you got there? It's like
fair. Yeah. Can we just make a comment? I don't know if we did about Hayden Hodgson. The guy played 5 minutes and made every minute on the ice count. I thought he was everywhere. I thought he was really, really good. Like as in, if you told me he was one of Ottawa's top 3 players tonight, I wouldn't argue with you.
Really?
Yeah.
Really? Is he what Amadio is to Yorkie is Hodgson to Wally?
No. No.
We're starting that over again. But no, I agree with you. He looked good. Top three is a stretch, I think. But I mean
tonight, just as a player. Okay, Nate, like I thought Tim Stützle was every bit as good as he normally is.
Mm-hmm.
But Hayden Hodgson, who's paid to
don't make a mistake.
Don't get caught. Just be on the ice. Don't get caught. Don't cost your team a goal. I feel like was in on the offense early on. Had a tip right away. Later in the game, he was making a play. Like he had played 5 minutes. I thought every 5 minutes of him was good tonight. That's my only point.
Yeah, well, he's a guy who's getting his real first opportunity in the NHL, and he's making the most of it. That's pretty much all I have to add. He's looking good. I will say that, and that's probably why he got that extra shift on the second line with Zetterlund and Richkes. Like, hey, why not throw him on there? Let's see what's going on.
It's by the way, because Nick Cousins keeps getting fined. It is now Rich Cuz and Poorer Cuz.
Poorer.
So,
anyways,
yeah.
so yeah, we'll be back Wednesday at 10 o'clock start. I will be there with you guys. It'll be just as every bit as awesome as we've ever had. But
wait,
thank you.
waiting. I need 30 seconds to pick a mug winner. Just bear with me.
No, you're good. I'm bearing.
You just talk amongst yourselves. ChatGPT will randomly select me a winner.
Hudson is a major upgrade for the fourth. Yeah, if we're looking at Friday too, let's look at the standings real quick because I know Vegas isn't doing pretty good actually. Western Conference, third in the Pacific, 10, 4, and 7. Wow, 27 points. So they got same amount of points. One more point, sorry, than the Senators in same amount of games. Yeah, so it'll be looking at the standings. It's a pretty close matchup. I remember when we were previewing last LA game where it didn't feel like those teams were neck and neck, but they had the same record back then. Sens now moving to 11, 6, and 4 roster. Sorry, I had to look at which one was actually right. But yeah, two teams that are kind of like battling in a tough division, who are used to so much success, right? Like how much, like the Golden Knights right now, they're behind the Kraken, which again, if you told me that in the beginning of the season, would have been insane. Right. And the Ducks in first. I saw this stat this morning. Something. Wow, we're already at an hour. I saw this stat this morning. The Avs are obviously first in the league. They got 37 points. And the gap between them and whoever's in second place, which I think is the Stars. Yeah, Stars and the Hurricanes tied for second place. And the gap between Avalanche at second place is the same gap as second place and not making the playoffs, which is crazy to me.
Right.
They're on a roll.
Yeah. Now, there is 60 games left in the season, so we'll see how that plays out. But yeah, I know what you're saying. It's almost, to me, we're almost in the what is it on pace for? Winner, by the way, tonight of the coveted thing that Cody can't get his hands on. I was going to give you the friends and family, but you balked at it, so it's now back to $20. Jason Clark, you are the winner of tonight's mug. We appreciate you all tuning in, which is huge.
Best Jason associated with coming in hot.
By the way, he went with Team Wally. We all know Wally is
it's rigged
tried and true.
It's rigged.
In fact,
it's rigged.
It was 80% Team Wally.
Really?
Yeah.
Guys, I'm disappointed.
Yeah. Team Wally, Team Wally. Graham Thomas, Team Wally. Jeremy, Team Cody. Do you have a kid Sens jersey you can throw in as well? No, no, this is not a store.
Maybe they just feel bad for you. You know, you just got back from vacation. We wanted to show you that we missed you. Maybe that's what's going on.
James Murray said Wally is the better host, hands down. Josh Logue.
No, yeah.
Hey, Wally, I'm voting for Team Wally because I cannot vote for Cody's mustache.
What?
Look, that thing, just your lip sweater just cost you a vote.
Might not even be there for the Wednesday game. Chad, can I get a second opinion on that? Can I see some opinions on this thing? It's always guys my age. We always just use November as an excuse to try it out.
Yeah,
and that's exactly what I'm doing. But okay, I've got 2 no's so far. Oh man. Oh boy.
We're all salty at heart by Thomas. So, sorry. So yeah, Jason Clark. I don't know if this is the same Jason Clark that used to coach the it's Carleton Place Canadians. I'm assuming not, but Jason, I will get in touch with you in the morning. I got to get to bed, so we have Coming in Hot is on the show on the air in 8 hours from now, 9 a.m. show.
All right. On that note, since you brought up the Carleton Place Canadians, Ottawa Junior Senators of the CCHL, also we moved up to 5th place in the CJHL rankings. Number 5 team in Canada, baby. We're doing really good. But
number 5 in Canada.
Number 5 in Canada.
Wow,
that's
okay.
Proud of those guys. But
who's coaching this team this year?
Mark Grady. He's got hired about, I don't know, 3/4 of the way through last year.
I know Mark Grady.
You do?
Yeah. I'm going to double check, but I'm pretty sure I know Mark Grady.
Super demanding coach, hates doing media, but he's bringing this team to success. So,
is he a bit of a skating coach?
I mean, I wouldn't.
Okay, I'll find out.
All
right, we'll stop wasting people's time. We gotta get to bed.
Yeah, you guys are real warriors for sticking with us, by the way, for an hour, and it's almost 1 a.m. now. Thank you so much, guys. It's awesome. But yeah, we'll see you guys Wednesday night. Wally, thank you for joining me. Thank you for gracing us with your presence, Mr. Favorite Host.
Just over here drinking out of
he's
my
got
mug,
to. Okay, go to sleep, everyone. Yeah. Goodbye.
Oh, it's so good. See you, everybody.
You've been watching Coming in Hotter, your home for Sens post-game coverage all season long. We're live after every game. Don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe so you never miss a show.